Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me then I'll text you back.
You text me then I'll text you back.
Text me then I'll text you back.
TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
205-964-5243. You know. 205-964-5243. You know.
Well, what's happening? Read it. Read it. What it say? No, I should say more than that. Good afternoon. Flipman's Daily. Flipman's Daily Live. Wholesaler real estate without using your cash or credit. aka Fliptainment. Morning, afternoon Q&A, depending on where you are. Remember, comps101.com if you want to submit a property to be comp. You're not sure about the ARV. We're doing that for free. We'll send you a video, tell you what it is or what we think. Today's topic is why you should love tired landlords like a catfish loves water. You think catfish loves the water? You love air, don't you? Before we get into that, make sure you like this on all platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, everywhere. But especially on YouTube, if you like it, it goes into your library that you can reference back to it. You can reference back to it through your library and like videos. What? Oh, catfish. So anyway, everything you need is right here at this number, 205-964-5243. If you need the contract to put all this together for your sellers and buyers, especially for your seller side, then text the word contract to that number. Contract is singular, not plural, and includes an R, an aura. If you want the closing detail sheet, once you have a seller on the contract and a buyer on the contract, you need to explain to the title company or the attorney who's the seller, who's the buyer, the address, the price, who's paying what, who's receiving what, namely your assignment fee, and who's paying closing costs. Text the word close to the number, 205-964-5243. That's free. You want to partner with me? Just text 50/50 to the number. If you have a property under contract, you're dealing directly with the owner. It is a great deal and it's off market. Text 50/50. I just said that. Okay, looking to when y'all driving for dollars and you need a tool to help you determine who owns that vacant house, text the word vacant to the number, 205-964-5243. Cash buyers list. Some people are afraid to make a move without having a cash buyers list first. Whether you need one first or you have something in the contract already, have a simple way that you can build a cash buyers list for any property, anywhere, if cash buyers are buying in that area. Text the word cash to the 205-964-5243. It's on my shirt. Yep. So, we got a couple more, I think. Let me see what we got. Something else. I'll get to CRM.
The contract is cash buyer, motivated seller, closing detail sheet.
Okay.
Probate leads.
Oh, and probate leads. Some people like to target probates. So you can get pre-probate leads built. Show you how to do that. Text the word probate. All right, and over to the CRM. If you're trying to manage your leads, trying to create great follow-up, the CRM is what you need. So you got bandit sign leads, you got driving for dollar leads, cold calling leads, text messaging leads, direct mail leads, and so on. They need to be separated. And you need to be able to communicate with those potential motivated sellers. You can do it through email, ringless voicemail, text messaging, and actually just a click of a button, you can call them through the CRM system, and the call is recorded. Why is that important? Because now you have a reference that you can go back and listen if it was you doing the talking or speaking with the seller, or if it was a partner or a VA. You can check to see if they're doing what they're supposed to do or if they're doing it at all and how you can improve it. So that's an important feature. Along with that, it does a lot more. But the other thing, you can build a cash buyers list in there now that you can reach out to them all through an email, all through a ringless voicemail, all through a text message, or you can call them individually if needed, and the calls are recorded again. So boom, so text CRM to 205-964-5243. All right, so let's get into why you should love tired landlords like a catfish loves water. Just, hey, whatever. It can be brim. It can be whiting, which is my favorite.
Cod.
It can be cod. Don't like cod. Grouper, salmon, shrimp, scallops, oysters, sharks. They all like water.
Do you say salmon or salmon?
It's salmon, is what I've been told. The L is silent, right? Like, so why would you say that and you won't say Illinois instead of Illinois? No, they know to say Illinois, I guess. You know, why put an S on it if it's silent? Why use it? That's a waste of an S. Anyway, so tired landlords. Tired, gonna be a lot of reasons why people will be motivated to sell a house, right? It could be divorce, it could be relocation, job loss or income reduction, too many taxes, too many repairs, death. It could be any number of reasons. But the largest group of individuals, from my experience, I don't know everything, it's only by my experience and the people that I deal with, the largest group of individuals that are going to be motivated to sell a piece of real estate cheap are tired landlords, right? Mainly because they own a majority of the properties as far as property owners, because they normally going to have multiple properties. Right? Sometimes it may just be one additional property outside of the one that they live in. And sometimes it may be 100. You never know, or whatever. So why tired landlords are so important is because it explains it. They're tired of being a landlord. So in a lot of situations, they may be tired because they are a newbie or they've been in it for a long time, and they made the money off the property. They don't want to do any more repairs to it or anything. So they're just going to sell it as is at a price that maybe work for you. Or where now, obviously, we're going to always have people that are in la land about their pricing, or they want what they want, and the numbers don't work for you. But with that being said, a couple of ways about how to target tired landlords. If you're driving for dollars, most people are just looking for vacants, right? That's obvious, boarded up, high grass, broken out windows, front door open, maybe see some fire damage or whatever. But while you're out driving for dollars, you should also be looking for rent signs, such as these. We got this one at Walmart. This, burnt orange and black and white. You'll see just red and white. You'll see just black and white. But these are just generic signs that you can get at Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, or whatever. Normally, if you see these, it is the actual owner and not a property manager or a real estate agent managing the property for the owner. So you automatically want to call these cats. And when you call them, you're not calling them to obviously rent the property. You're calling them to see if they would be interested in selling the property, and how that conversation would go. Hey, I'm calling about your property at 123 Main Street. Is it still available? Whether they say yes or no, you say, well, hey, I'm really not calling about renting the property. I'm calling about purchasing the property. Would you be interested in selling it? If they say yes, you collect the necessary information that you normally would and analyze the property, numbers work or whatever, you all do a deal. If not, you go on. But so if they say no, your follow-up question should be, well, hey, do you have any other properties that you would like to sell? Because that may not be their problem property. They may have another property or properties that are probably problem properties for them that they're definitely tired of being landlords to those properties. If they say yes, collect the necessary information to evaluate. If the numbers work, you all do a deal. If no, then thank them for their time. Let them know anything changes to keep your number. That's just when you're out just driving for dollars. Now you can look on Zillow, you can look on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, places like that. A lot of times that may be a property manager or realtor posting. So a lot of times you just read the ad and it'll tell you, especially on Zillow, it'll say listed by owner, right? So with those, you obviously call it. It still might be a business or whatever, but you're probably going to get to the person that can make the decision. Now, nothing prevents you from going through a property manager. If you see that or an agent, it's just a lot of times they're going to be like gatekeepers to put up resistance to getting that, because if they sell it, that's going to probably be a client that they lose or whatever. But you never know. They may be tired of managing the property. You know what I'm saying? So they say, yeah, they need to sell it or whatever. So you just never know. You play the numbers out. I'm just giving you some inexpensive ways to target tired landlords. Now you can build sellers list and target properties that have been owned by people for a certain time frame, whatever. You can buy those. You can do it through deallater.com/PropStream, whatever. I have videos to show you how to do that. So tired landlords are normally going to be the largest group of individuals that are going to be motivated to sell properties. And sometimes, even if the numbers don't work, I'm glad I thought about that. If the numbers don't work for a wholesale deal, cash wholesale deal, they may be interested in owner financing because they're used to cash flow. And you don't know what owner finance means. That means basically they're going to become the bank. They own the house and you'll just pay, instead of going out getting a loan, you won't pay a lump sum for the entire thing. You'll make it in payments, just like if you went out and got a loan. So if you all agreed on a $100,000 house, you're going to pay that amount, maybe with interest, maybe not, or whatever. Normally they're going to try to do some interest, but we're just going to keep math in to say 100 payments at $1,000 each to pay it off. And so now, hopefully, if someone's going to do owner finance, it'll be something you can actually live in, or you can actually rent back out, or owner finance it back out to someone else at a higher rate than $1,000 a month and a higher price than the $100,000. Or you can wholesale those terms out if they're attractive. So tired landlords and why you should love them like a catfish loves water. Who's next?
Who's next? All right. Robin Harper from YouTube said, hey, from the DMV. Everybody's just saying hello, good afternoon.
What's happening?
My voice cracked. They said hello or good evening, Ty and crew. Eric Carney said, what up, philanthropist, and the ladies with flipness. That's
LOL.
one viewer we can always count on.
Oh yeah, Eric, that's what's up, man.
Joyful Interaction said, what's happening, everybody? Okay, this one's from CJ on YouTube. He said, thanks for sparking the flame to motivating me. I texted you and want to work on a deal with you.
Yes, sir. I'm sure
right.
I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. I'll text you back.
Clarencia Hudson said, good afternoon, beautiful day to learn about wholesale.
Oh, Claire, I got to hit you back. What's up, Claire? I got to hit you back. I saw you call me. I got you. I'm going to call you.
See them?
She didn't say, she didn't went online. And
See them?
I got
she didn't even say nothing about that. She said, good afternoon.
She didn't handle your boy like that.
She kept it real classy.
Oh, yeah.
All right. This one's from D. Renee. She said, a buyer sent me an assignment contract with a $0 earnest money deposit. I'm asking for $1,000. Is it cool to walk away from this buyer if he doesn't agree with the EMD?
Most definitely.
Yes.
Yes.
Keep it pushing.
Yes, keep it put. More than likely, that's another wholesaler, which is fine. And the way you want to handle them and say, hey, are you wholesaling? Just flat out, it's okay if you are, but I just need to know so we'll know how to proceed or whatever. And you could do the 0 down or whatever, but I would probably just give them 3 days. I said, I'll give you a 3-day contract, give you an opportunity to show it to your buyers, but I can't give you longer than that or whatever. So.
All right. I got a few people in here, like, when you tell them to text the word that come in it.
Yeah.
So that only works if you actually text him. So you have to text the word to the number 205-964-5243.
Yeah.
So like if you need the script or if you need the contract, those things only work if you text it to him. You can't come in.
Yeah. No.
This one's from Al Whimberly from Facebook. He said, hello, Footman and ladies. When it comes to tired landlords, how would I go about getting a triplex property and working it out to where I could stay in one of them rent free?
Well, it's going to come down to one of 3 things. Either you're going to have the cash to buy it, or you're going to have the credit and cash to buy it, or you'd have to set up some form of owner financing with the owner. That's it. So you're going to have one of those 3 things in motion to make something like that happen.
All right, somebody made a statement on TikTok. I just bought your ebook, great stuff. And then on Instagram, I have 4 deals in Ohio.
Thank you for the purchase.
I have 4 deals in Ohio. Any advice in helping me find a buyer?
4 deals in Ohio. Well, let's assume they are great deals. If they are, then you need to let people know that your great deals exist. Now, one thing you can do if you want to partner with us, because you are dealing with the owner, you say you have them under contract, they are great deals and they're off market. And my definition of off market is if you can Google the address and it's not for sale, it's anywhere online, it's off market, right? So you could text 50/50 to the 205-964-5243 if you want to partner. Or you can go directly to dealyoulater.com, which is my site, dealyoulater.com. You can submit the deals there under the Send Deals tab. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. Then you need to market your property on Facebook groups, Facebook Marketplace, LinkedIn groups, Craigslist, Realtors, Real Groups, banner signs, Google, Sell My House Fast, and the name of the city. Those first 2 or 3 pages of results are going to normally be the, what am I trying to say? They're going to be some serious players in your market. All right. Other wholesalers, we don't have it up here, I'm imaginary, and auctions, networking at auctions. Also, you may drive around in the areas where your properties are located. And if there are renovations going on in that area, then you get out and introduce yourself to hopefully the guy over the project, the investor, or any of the guys that are working there. Just give them a first, hey, you got another house in this area he may be interested in. So hopefully one of those scenarios will work.
All right, some more people on Instagram and TikTok said, thank you for your knowledge. And then this is on TikTok. What's the name of your book?
What is the name of it now? Wholesaling something. I don't know. Go to Flip Master. Well,
G30. I need you to post your the name of the book since he just purchased.
Oh yeah, I hate to be like that.
We need your help on that.
So I have a third party. Well, some guys I partner with, they basically handle all that stuff now, or whatever. So, No. And so if you go to flipmasterclass.com, it'll be the first thing you see up there after you scroll down and see my ugly face. Flipmasterclass.com.
All right, what's the best time to call potential leads?
Well, I've been told by, I guess you would consider experts, between 4:30 and 6:30 p.m. Tuesday through Thursday. Now, you want to call anytime between 8 a.m. 8 p.m., whatever, 7:30 p.m. Because everybody's schedules are not the same. I guess the largest group of people that may be available is between that 4:30 to 6:30 Tuesday through Thursday. But you want to test all times because, you just never know. So.
All right, let's see. Laura Hudson, this is our girl.
Miss Laura,
she
what's
said,
happening?
hey, Ty, I have a seller that is firm on her price, $71,000, is in really good condition. We discussed myself purchasing that, but it's going to take at least 7 years. Hold on, let's see.
What you want to do, owner finance?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Miss Hudson, follow up on that.
Yeah, follow up on that.
I see
Miss
her
Hudson.
other comment. She said, "Hey, Ty and classy ladies, just letting you know I'm going to the tax auction tomorrow. I have 8 properties that interest me. Need your prayers. Hopefully, I will purchase one."
Okay, that's what's up.
Okay, good. All right. B. Reynolds Senior said, "You own it, bro."
Thank you, Mr. Reynolds Senior.
All right. Anye Bledsoe said, "How do you find out how much a cash buyer would pay for a property?"
Really, Anya, you just have to run the numbers based on the ARV. My calculator on my site will give you a general idea. Now, if you had like PropStream or one of the services like that or Batch Leads, you can all access both of those through dealator.com with free trials. But it'll actually show you, especially if it's a good amount of cash transactions. That'll give you a really good idea what they're paying in that area. Now, but assuming that that's not the situation. Whenever you, a lot of ways you can go about that, but really, I'll just keep to the standard. You really just want to use the calculator and depend on your numbers, right? The ARV times 70% in most markets, minus repairs. The blue number on the calculator is normally what the buyers pay, and then you can put in there how much you want to make, and the black number is what the offer should be to the seller or less. So, Anye.
All right. Grant Fisher said, "How do I know if the contract would work in my state?" They're in Georgia.
If I don't know no other state in this country, I know it outside of Alabama. I know it works in Georgia. It's contract. There's no, you and a seller literally can write up a contract on your kitchen table, on their kitchen table or your hood of your car. There's no contract for the state of Georgia. There's no contract for the state of California. It's whatever you all agree upon. You're not performing anything illegal. It's binding. You always can add, you can go pages and pages and pages. You can just keep adding stuff. So there's no just one contract. It works, trust me.
All right. Wutang 23361 said, "The owner is looking to sell at 130K, but the ARV is 190, but could push it to 200. I want to see if she'll take 110 or 120. How could I negotiate that?"
You just have to make your offer. Now, you didn't include any repairs in that. At 130, it won't work with any decent amount of repairs. It's just hard to even answer that question without knowing the repairs. So simple thing you can do, if it's livable, $25 times the square footage. If it's not livable, $40 times the square footage, and round up to your nearest $5,000 increment.
All right, this person on Instagram said, "You're giving up good information. Keep up the work."
Oh, thanks for joining us. Hopefully it helps.
All right, this person said, why do you never post the actual, you actually doing deals?
Like what? I'm not sure what they mean by that. Like a check or something like that?
Yeah, I guess they want to see you from start to finish.
Oh,
but a lot of people don't want to be recorded.
Yeah,
stuff,
that's tough.
So.
I know other people sort of do stuff like that. That's just tough. I don't even. That's just not my lane to do it that way or whatever. That's part of the reason I do heavy interviews as much as possible. Number one, it shows just everyday people doing this, and they're giving you their story, and all of them are different or whatever. And they explain how they got into the deal, how they got into real estate, how they got into the deal, and so on or whatever. That's just not my style of doing and teaching or whatever. So
I think maybe want to see like a blog or something. You remember people used to ask us for that all the time?
yeah.
We really couldn't use a blog.
Yeah. No, not the way I had to operate. Because they in here in the window, I still do stuff after, you know what I'm saying? So, you know.
All right, this is on TikTok. Is it illegal in Alabama?
Who?
Is it illegal in Alabama to wholesale?
Yeah, I'm on the run right now. We in Alabama. It's not illegal anywhere, right? Even in the states where they require a license, that doesn't make it illegal. You can get a license and do it. And only 3 of them, to my knowledge right now. So it's not illegal anywhere.
All right, this person on Instagram said, "You got me my first deal in 2020. Flip me, I owe you everything. You the man."
Send me that bread. No, we good. That's That's appreciation. That's what's up.
Somebody said, "Hi, where is lunch?" That's on Wednesday.
That's on Wednesdays. I'm starving right now, but you know, we'll figure it out here when we finish this.
Okay, do right money. I like that.
Do right money.
He said, or they said, how do I close with owner financing? Do I have to bring something to the table?
Depending on what you negotiate. You know, ideally, you would like to do 0 down in terms, you know, in payments. Sometimes they're going to want some up money front. They want some yeast. They said they never heard that term used as far as money. They're going to want some yeast on it. You know what I'm saying? Or what they call skin in the game. You heard that term before, right? But yeah.
Joy Martin from YouTube said, hi, Ty
Not
and
always a bad
ladies.
thing.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeast is in bread, ain't it?
Just say bread on the table.
Who's heard, you know I'm gonna have to put some yeast on it when you talk about giving somebody some money and you're gonna add basically some interest on it. You know, so I'm gonna have to put some, I'm gonna let you borrow this money, but I'm gonna have to put some yeast on it. Who's heard that term before out here? Oh my God, I bet you they have.
Nobody.
I bet you they have.
Nah.
I'm gonna let you borrow this money, but you know I'm gonna have to put some yeast on it. Nobody's never heard that term before.
Nah.
That phrase, rather.
Keep sweat. Nobody. On PropStream doing a comp search, the exact same address has 2 different sold prices for MLS and public record. Why is that? And how do I know which one is accurate?
Are those the same dates? You know, that matters. You know, it could be different dates on them. One of them could have sold not being on MLS, and the other one could have sold on MLS.
Okay. Charles Lee from Facebook said, hello, Flip Man. I put out 100 bandit signs over the weekend and I've been getting some prank calls. Oh, is this normal?
I get them occasionally, you know.
What they be saying?
All kind of stuff, you know, like they'll have most time it's kids or whatever. And, you know, and I tell them your mama.
Oh, Lord. Okay. It's terrible.
Yeah, I remember that. Your mama.
Okay, Al Whimberly said, when it comes to properties with having some equity involved, what is the average amount or percentage rate that we should look for in determining if it's a good deal?
Well, that's what the calculator is for. Normally, you're doing the ARV times 70%, and mine's repairs, your fee, blah, blah, blah. You know, but there's no equity there. That calculator really won't even matter. You know, the so-called formula won't even matter. They got to have equity there, period. Now, you could do the formula, and then they say, well, just say after you do your numbers, you need to be at $100,000 to make a deal for you. But if they owe 150, you know, ain't nothing to talk about. They owe too much.
Yeah.
You know, that's simple. You still do your numbers. Hey, most people are not going to give you a price. Most now are not going to give you a price that doesn't cover what they owe. Don't even worry about how much they owe, right?
Yeah.
Most people just not going. They know what they owe or have a general idea. Every now and again, you get like this lady. I thought it was one of the greatest deals I had heard in a long time. And she said, I want $10,000 for it. It was a hoarder on top of that. And the number, and the ARV was only 100, but she owed 70. She was saying she wanted 10,000 over the 70. So which means she really wanted 80. Mm-hmm. So she said she wanted 10,000, you know, but it's rare people do that.
All right. Perla from YouTube said, what happens when you're trying to purchase for a home that has additions without city permits? Is there a problem?
Well, whenever you're evaluating it, you're going to have to evaluate it based on what the square footage is showing publicly recorded. That's their loss. As far as for what you got, in most cases, not always, in most cases, you know, that's basically their loss. Because you're going to have to compare that house to the likes. Even though they may have added another 1,000 square feet, you're going to have to compare it to what the county say it is or whatever. Anything else is a bonus. You may give a little extra or whatever because it'll play out in the appraisal or whatever. But for the most part, that's to your benefit. You know, but each case is, I just can't say that's set in stone. Well, yeah, if they did a good job on the addition. That's not always the case.
All right, this is on Instagram. What part of Alabama are you guys from?
BIRMINGHAM. What does that spell? Birmingham. Millry.
Well, we're located in Birmingham.
But we're located in Birmingham.
All right, this is on TikTok. With the current shortage of homes, do you find it difficult to get people to sell you their house?
We don't target, see, you're basing it on properties that are listed through real estate agents, right? Now, homeowners see the news just like anybody else. So yeah, they're gonna want a little more than normal, but we, even with that being said, we still dealing with motivation. Yeah, the market is hot and that's a good thing for us. But that means you can move properties faster and normally get a little more for them. But it still go back to what I said in the beginning, still divorce, still tired landlords, still death, still job or income loss, still too many repairs, still taxes owed on it that they can't pay, still medical bills, kids tuition, and so on, just life. Life creates motivated sellers. We're targeting people that are actively really not even trying to sell the property until either they see a message from us or receive a message from us to say, we buy houses.
All right.
It's technically not a shortage of houses. It's just that if you're in the market, it's very competitive, right? More than likely, they already have somewhere to live. A shortage would be more homeless people on the street. It's just people are just trying to capitalize on this low interest rate, which is driving most of it. It's lowest most people have ever seen before. So it's just like you forced into buying something. Like what I did, myself recently. I'm just forced to make a decision on the transaction I made just because I think I can get more than what I normally would get for it. So, anyway.
All right. This person on TikTok said, "Hey, Flip Man, do I need a business name?"
Well, ideally, yes, because you are running a business, but you don't need that to start. You can do a deal or two in your name. It won't kill you tax-wise, because some people don't have the money to set up a business entity like an LLC and do their marketing or whatever at the same time. They may not have the budget for both. Put the LLC or the business entity on hold, do a deal, and then it'll pay for that. So it won't kill you to do one deal in your name. But yeah, you're running a business, you need to be running it in a business name. So.
All right. Shariah from YouTube said, how do you determine what's a good city to wholesale in?
Well, first going to start with population, right? You got to have enough people to target. It just boils down to numbers at that point. You got to have enough people to target first. So ideally 250,000 in population and more would be ideal. You can get away with smaller towns. The deals are just not going to be as plentiful. The larger the city, the more opportunity. Don't worry, there's competition and all this stuff. No one company can buy up all the houses. No one person can sell all the hamburgers, just like in the restaurant business. McDonald's everywhere, and you'll still have mom and pop operations in cities that are doing just as well as they are in that one location that they have versus, whatever. So.
All right. This one's from Al Whimberly. He said, what's the average amount or percentage of equity we should look for in a property if there is some involved?
See, the ARV will play into that. He's asked basically the same question he asked a moment ago, but Al, there's just no way to say, man, don't look for, I don't know, maybe you need to be a little bit more clear. You can't, you want at least probably 50% equity, but that still depends on the property and the value, because 50% on $1 million property, right? That's 500,000 versus 50% on a $60,000 property ain't the same, because the repairs can eat up that $30,000 difference. So it just can't be on a percentage basis like that. It just needs to make sense. Again, man, just target properties when people contact you. Now, when I'm building lists, you're talking about building lists, that's a different thing. But if you're just marketing when people call you, then the number's going to work or they not. You maybe need to be a little more clear what you're trying to, how are you targeting people? Then I can probably tell you, but it's not a cut in stone answer. Obviously, I want them to be, I target free and clear in most cases or whatever, at least 80% equity. That'll normally work no matter what it is, if it's at least 80%, but or higher.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Black Forbes from YouTube said, "What do you say to people that think their market is oversaturated?"
Who's market oversaturated? You mean like other wholesalers?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's excuses.
Yeah.
I just gave you the McDonald's mom and pop example. McDonald's sell a lot of hamburgers, but again, I'm sure you can name in any decent sized city a mom and pop operation and mom and pop's operation, different ones that are just as busy. McDonald's can't sell all the hamburgers. And then you still got Burger King, Wendy's, all these other players, you know what I'm saying? It's not possible. No one company, no one wholesaler group can do all the deals, not even close, especially the larger the city. It's not possible.
Okay, Miss Detroit said, "Hi, Ty. This is Candace from Houston. Would you recommend putting the magnet signs on my vehicle to promote my business? I've seen realtors with the signs, but never wholesalers."
You've never seen me. Yeah, I did that way back. You know what I'm saying? I started. I ain't give a. Yeah, I had a Mazda Millennia. It was it was green. And your boy had in the window, it's called window perf. We buy houses and a phone number in the back window or whatever. If you're gonna do signage on a vehicle, I would suggest if you can do it on the sides, but definitely have something on the rear, right? Because on the sides, if someone's going 70 miles an hour on the freeway or wherever, they can't read your message. But in the rear of the vehicle, you force them to see your message, whether they want to see it or not. So you can do window perf. All vehicles are not created equal because they're designed differently. Some of them have magnetic fields on the rear of the vehicle, some don't. But you can do window perf. That's where signage in your actual window. And yeah, most definitely. I'm going to always side on doing something. That signage in your window can pay for that car and many more like it.
From earlier, this is on Instagram. Ty, no one heard of that term, LOL. Talking about what you said earlier.
Nobody else said something to y'all ain't gonna tell me.
I said that they said no.
They heard, see, that she wasn't even gonna say nothing, see.
I just hang down.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You can make a statement. I know that. I already knew that.
All right, this is on TikTok. I live in a small town with less than 20K people. Do you think there's a hustle here?
No. Too small.
All
Too
right.
small.
Yeah,
you may could do a deal a year or two, maybe. That's not enough to eat on. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a part-time gig at that point. Yeah, you can do virtual. Yeah, you do virtual wholesaling, but in that city, you can't eat on 20,000 in population.
All right.
Now, assuming that's not a town, that's not a suburb of another city. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, that's part of Birmingham. Like Bessemer is the Birmingham. I know y'all don't know, but Bessemer is the Birmingham. If I just said I was in Bessemer and didn't identify that's a suburban area of Birmingham, because if you're not from here, you're just going to think it's all Birmingham, just like with any other city. You don't know when you're crossing over into other municipalities. But the main hub city that creates the area, and then you got the surrounding cities. So if it's a situation like that where you're 20,000 population city, but you're basically in San Francisco, then that's, you know what I'm saying, you're good, but if you're 20,000 and that's it, and for the next hour, there's not even another city of that size, then yeah, you got a problem.
All right, this person on TikTok said, will you have this live stream on YouTube?
Oh, yeah. They all go into replay mode on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and all platforms. Yeah, they go into replay mode pretty much immediately.
All right, this is on Instagram. What list should I pull to get leads?
What list should you pull to get leads?
Mhm.
Well, it depends on what source you're using. So I use Dealator, aka PropStream. Dealator spelled DEALULATR. Is a play on the word calculator. Get it? If you text me, I'll send you a video to show you how to build that list. If you text me at the 205-964 5243, say which list should I build or something to that nature, and I'll send you a link to show you how to do it.
All right, what's the formula again? I'm guessing they're talking about the repair.
Well, if you go to my website, dealator.com, I'll send you the calculator, the link to the calculator, and it allows you just to use it as much as you want to for free. So you can just text me formula or calculator, and I'll send you the number. But or you can just go straight to dealator.com, and you'll see it. But it's 70% times ARV minus repairs minus your fee. Boom. But the calculator will make it a lot more clear for you.
Okay, Matthew Jefferson said, it seems like people want to always sell their houses for market value. It's like the wholesale has to be a cash buyer to get started. That's my experience so far.
Well, Matthew, I would love to know, who are you targeting, right? Yes. What's my favorite saying? Well, one of my sayings.
Offers are free.
That's one of them.
Enough won't, but some will.
Most won't, but enough will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in that family.
Yeah, it's in that family. Most won't, but enough will. Just what I'm saying. Most people are going to want full price or more than what works for you. That's normal. I experienced that. I don't care what person you see online saying do this or do that. They're experiencing the same thing. Most people are going to want more than what makes sense for you as a wholesaler. But enough will. Enough will. Hey, so checking the heater here. The sleep monitor. But enough will. So that's why you have to generate a lot of leads. That's why it's pounded to you to generate leads. That's why. You're not experiencing anything different than anyone else, Matthew. If you're looking online, you're definitely running into that, right? That's why the phrase motivated seller is so key in this business. Motivation is determined by the price that they give you. I don't care what they say. Show me you're motivated by that price. You just say you're a motivated seller. You go from, it's an ARV of 100, you down to 92. That ain't no motivation. Motivation is worth 100 and you want 25 for it. That's a motivated seller.
All right. James Coleman said, hey everyone. Do Right Money said, I heard Ty interest. I think he's talking about when you was saying about the yeast.
Oh, yeast.
Al
Yes.
Whimberly said they're youngsters. I've heard of it. Joy
Yes.
Martin said yes.
Yes.
We got people laughing.
Yes.
This was from,
y'all think I'm just me? I just make this stuff up. I'm not that original. Jessica, Ken, I'm not that original.
Amir
I'm not that creative, is a better word.
I'm moving on. Amir Abundance from YouTube said, hi Flip, thanks for all the knowledge, love your content, keep up the good work. All right, Joy Martin said, yes, same dates and a $4,000 $1,000 difference. So hold on, let me go back up to there.
I would love to look at that. That may actually have been a double closing.
Yeah, she said on PropStream doing a comp search, the exact same address had two different sold prices for MLS and public records. Why is that? And how do I know which one is accurate?
That may have been a double closing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I would have to look at the transaction history. It may have been a double closing.
All right. Amir Abundance from YouTube said, hi Flip, from your experience as a wholesaler and LLC business owner, do you get any tax write-offs on gas for driving for dollars?
Yeah, you got to write all that stuff.
You better turn it in.
Yes.
Playing games. Nate Christian from Facebook said, are you a Bama or Auburn fan?
Hey, well, believe it or not, I like my entire Saturdays, whatever I got to do, it'll be done before 11 o'clock. now I can watch football, college football from 11 till time to go to bed, basically. 11 to 11 if you want to, right? My point of bringing that up is, even though I live here and I consume a lot of content, as far as college football, I'm not a Bama fan or an Auburn fan. I used to hate Alabama so much that it would ruin my day when they win. This was before the Saban years, right? And because they were still out. They always thought it'd been good or whatever, but just Saban stuff just ridiculous, right? So when he got hired, I just knew, I had to. Something had to change in my life.
Have so much hateration.
I know.
And
And see,
toleration.
I grew up and I'm still am. We just hadn't been worth a crap in years. I'm a Miami Hurricane fan. They said, well, how is that possible? You live in Alabama? Okay, 1983. I remember watching the Orange Bowl when I'm Miami. Miami. No. Know your history now. Whoa. Don't go there now. Wait a minute. Wait a minute now. But in 1983, the unstoppable Nebraska Cornhuskers, they just drilling folk, and we beat them. And I wasn't really a fan then. Miami beat them in the Orange Bowl for the national championship, for their first national championship. I fell in love with them then, or whatever. And so, as someone that grew up in Alabama, when Alabama and Miami played in 1990, I guess it was the 92 season, 93 Sugar Bowl. Was it Sugar Bowl? Sugar Bowl, and Alabama beat them or whatever. So I had to live with that even though Miami beat them 3 years earlier in 1989 for a national championship, they didn't want to talk about that. They would all just talk about that 92. So from 92 up until when y'all won it, 2009, Alabama went a long stretch without winning a national championship. So the only thing they could refer back to was 92, right? And so living here, they, just pound you. Cause I was just ridiculous the night before the night of that game when it started and how we got handled. But anyway, so I just hate Alabama. When Nick Saban got hired, and I knew I'd follow it. So I said, this ain't gonna be pretty. So I'm not a fan now, but I respect it so much. Plus, I'm a gambler, and they can win you a lot of money, Alabama, especially if you bet on them in the first half, you'll get just flat out paid. So to answer your question, I'm not an Alabama fan, but because I bet on them, I'm constantly pulling for them because I want to win money or whatever. Auburn, whatever. But so that's that. So technically, I'm not a fan. But I'm a fan because, I don't have no emotional fanship. It's just because I'm betting money on they're good to bet on. So there you go.
I'm only a Bama fan until I get done paying my student loans.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Yeah.
It's hard not to get them
Oh, that's almost impossible. Yeah, where you live down there.
But going to the school, though, I mean, it's just, you kind of hounded, so we used to be chilling. Like, we went to the game, but that was because you had to use your ticket. You couldn't
sell it?
You could sell it, but you have to use it in some kind of way. You either have to sell it, put it on the donate list, or you have to go to the game. But you can't not use your ticket because there's so many people trying to get them. It's like if you waste the ticket, they'll fine you.
Oh, wow.
So, and those are the only tickets. Well, when I went there, those are the only tickets you actually had to pay for. I think they were just $5 a game. But wow. I mean, we would just go take some shots and then leave. It wasn't really a thing like that. More than anything, it was for festivities.
I've lived here all my life. I've never been to an Alabama game or an Auburn game.
It's not like going to an HBCU game, so don't think it's that fun.
I don't consider that fun. So
but like tailgating at a black school and like doing it.
Well, I've been to classes and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't no party person, so that don't really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you not. So that's why it's not gonna be fun.
I ain't talking bad about them, but so because I like the college football at its highest level, it's hard for me to watch it at that level. Now I'll go out there. The band thing is what it is, but it's hard to watch football at that level versus the highest level. Y'all can say whatever you want to them. Just tell me what it is.
Every touchdown.
Yeah, it's different. It's different. It's different. It's just different levels of athletes. It's a reason for it.
True.
So
Totally is interesting.
what?
Watching NFL versus watching.
Well, that's a different animal. I'm an NFL fan too. Thought I bet, but that's a different. It's just the next level. You know what I'm saying? So or whatever. You know. So somebody asked that question. So you know I go off in a diatribe. Oh yeah, baby.
All right, somebody said ties the goat. All right, this is on Instagram. Hey, Flip Man, I'm using your contract. Well, they said I'm using your contract, and then the last two sellers I sent them to, they said it was not applicable. I can't say the word in Kentucky. What do I need to do? Is that right?
I would be shocked if you're sending it to a deal, something that's an actual deal. You know, sellers don't, they just motivated sellers. They just don't talk like that. I would love to hear the numbers on those 2 contracts that you sent over.
All right, somebody said I just signed up for your ebook. Can't wait to start.
Okay, boom.
Who should
Thank
I
you.
target the most?
Well, the topic of this particular daily is tired landlords. That's going to be your largest group, but you're really just going to target just people that own real estate, non-owner occupied. Again, if you send me a text message just saying who should I target or whatever, or send the video referring to it on the daily, I'll send you a link. Even though the video is about text messaging, but I show you how to build a list first, even if you don't want to watch the rest of it. So.
All right, can you talk about targeting properties with violations?
Well, it's just another form of potential motivated sellers. You would have to obtain a list. From that list, you need to skip trace it in some form or fashion and reach out to them by either phone call or text message and or mail. So it's just another list that may produce some motivated sellers because obviously the property is in violation, which normally to get it out of violation, you got to spend some money. So some people will be motivated to sell and sell cheap.
All right, this is also on Instagram. Flipman, have you ever did any wholesale transactions in Ohio, Cleveland? What do you think about our market?
I've never done any deals in Cleveland personally, but one of my best students is right there in Cleveland, my boy Randy. Last time I was up there probably about 2 years ago. Yeah, it's been 2 years ago. It was in 2019. Met with him. He had just closed a deal. He had, I think, liquidated 30 of his properties or whatever and stuff. He signed up back in 2009, so he's up there killing it still.
All right. James Coleman from YouTube said, I'm a disabled veteran / chef looking to change careers. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's what's happening, man. You're
I've
in the
bought
right place.
several courses, books, and seminars. How do I get started now?
Well, James, man, it sounds like you starting. You probably actually know what to do. Know what to do is where it sounds, but you're probably afraid to make a mistake. Is the reason you probably haven't taken any action or whatever. My man, no one wants to make a mistake, but one of the unique things about this business, it's okay. Normally, it's not going to put you out of business. And whatever mistake you make, right, it normally is going to give you an experience more valuable than any of the courses or books you bought or anything that I can teach you or whatever, because it comes from experience. The great thing about it, you can make mistakes along the entire way and still pick up a $30,000 check. The young ladies out of Maryland, they made mistakes throughout that entire deal that they explained, still made 30 grand. Just take action. Choose a method of marketing to get started, James. Whether you know what your resources are, you know what your time allows, you know what type of person you are. Choose a marketing lane, whether that's simply driving for dollars, whether you're going to do cold calling, text messaging, bandit signs, whatever. Get your phone ringing and or get the seller's phone ringing. You start. That's the name of the game. Sounds like you know what you're doing to put a deal together. You got to start generating daily leads, off-market daily leads.
All right. Charles Lee said, Flip, do you think sending out mail postcards still work? If not, what do you prefer? I'm in Baltimore.
Yeah, they're going to still work because it's just a timing thing or whatever. Direct mail is expensive, you know, comparing to some of the other methods, but yeah, it still works. You know, long as the postal service is delivering, it's going to work. Or UPS or FedEx or any other parcel services, yeah, it still works. most definitely. But again, it's one of the more expensive ways, but it can be effective because a lot of times people don't do it because it is so expensive. So it's timing.
All right. Nate Christian said, I feel you, roll tide. He ain't gonna say it back.
Only for gambling. They're great to bet on.
Miss Detroit said, hi, Ty. This is Candace from Houston again. Thank you for answering my first question. Also, thank you for all your knowledge and help. I just received my bandit signs yesterday. Yay.
Oh, that's what's happening.
That's so good.
Let's get it.
Congratulations.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Jameer Rich said, sell me your tickets then. If I was still going there, I would.
She's
I
gone.
would. I'm gone. I didn't even graduate from there. I left and transferred.
She graduated from the great University of Alabama at Birmingham.
Yes.
AKA UAB.
But the people used to say, like, if it was a good game, like LSU or like Texas A&M, you like go and pay to upgrade your ticket to a regular seat.
Yeah.
And then they'll sell it $600.
Oh, wow.
$700. That's how people was paying their rent.
Oh, wow. But them 2 months.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Leroy Strokesman said, hey, Flip Man, do you say that there are any unique ways of marketing or has everything been tried?
No, it's never going to be that. You know, it's always going to be individuals thinking outside the box. I try to do as much as I can or whatever. But yeah, there's always innovation, right?
Right. Just gotta be creative.
Yeah.
All right. Andre from YouTube said, is it better to send the contract via email or in person?
Email if it's possible. Technology is beautiful.
All right. Tashana Ray from YouTube said, what are your thoughts on the housing crash that is supposedly coming? And do you think that will have a major impact on wholesaling?
Who knows what the future is going to be? They've been saying that for some years. At some point, it's going to take a downturn because it's so hot or whatever, as far as the market or whatever. You just adjust to it. At the end of the day, shelter is still going to be needed, whether it's through a rental and or a purchase. You know, you just adjust to what's happening.
All right. James Coleman said, are there any free skip tracing services? They all cost so much.
Well, you got, if you just Google script tracing, you're going to probably see True People Search, whitepages.com, services like that, you know, but just like the ones that only are 25 or 15 cents or 30 cents each, you know, it's going to be based on the price level. You know, the more you spend, the more accurate it's going to be. So from free, you don't only get so much, you know, some of them produce the number or whatever. So it's better than doing nothing or whatever. So.
All right, this is on Instagram. What if you found a deal but no one wants to buy?
Normally that means you didn't do a good job of negotiating. It's not an actual deal. It's just a property for sale. That normally means it's not a great deal. If you're getting a lot of exposure on it and no one's biting, it means you didn't negotiate a good enough deal. It's not, the numbers don't work.
All right, this is on TikTok. Hey, hi Flip Man. I heard is it NAR or NAR? It's starting to hit all states on new regulations on wholesaling.
I'm not, what, the National Association of Realtors?
National Association.
I'm sure they're trying to do something. I'm sure, you know, you got that out there. I don't know if it's hitting. No, it's not going to do it all at once, I don't assume, or whatever, you know. But I'm sure they out there got lobbyists trying to make changes in the game. You know, you just adjust to it or whatever. Normally, when they do stuff like that, because they don't even know really the ins and outs of, you know, people that are go-getters are going to find a way legally to still make it happen. So don't worry about that. Just do it. You know, if we got a 5-year run, make that 5-year run. Move on to something else, whatever.
All right, New York or New Jersey real estate? Maybe which market that they should focus in, New York or New Jersey?
Why not both if you had access to both?
All right.
I can't really tell you the difference. I'm going to say New York. You're talking about New York City. You know, there's no animal like that or whatever. You know, there can be some huge paydays up there if you can still figure out that landscape.
All right. Somebody said, what is the live about? Sorry, I just joined.
It's about real estate investing with a high emphasis on wholesaling real estate. And basically wholesaling real estate is defined as you're basically finding a great deal, tying it up on the contract. You're basically selling that contract for 4, 5, 6 figures, and really no limit on it. So basically you can learn how to make money in real estate, do it whether your cash or credit is good or bad, it won't matter. I mean, your credit is good or bad, or if you have $1 in the bank or 10 million, it won't matter. So that's why we're talking about showing you how to do that. You can access this information in more detail on my YouTube channel, 600 plus videos to date. So we're giving away some free game here.
All right. Do you have any assignment contracts that I can download and use?
Well, I don't use assignment contracts. It's so rare that happens. So that's just a Google search away. Going to be a ton of free templates out there that you can download or whatever. So I just use 2 purchase and sales agreements, and the difference of those contracts, I get paid an assignment fee. Oh, they want to see the board? Okay.
All right. I have just a few more.
Okay.
This one's from Self-Made Brand. He said, "Hey, Flipman, how can I become one of your students?"
Yeah, just text me on the number to 205-964-5243, and I'll get you going in the right direction.
All right. Brittany Thomas said,
That's a paid option.
Okay. Brittany Thomas said, "I just met with the landlord. We agreed on a sale price. As soon as he saw my agreement to assign the property, he backed off. He said, have the realtor you work for call me and deal with me directly."
What you using my agreement? What agreement are you using?
All right. This is from Courtney Little. They said, "Hey, Flipman, this the camera guy. How do I get in contact with anyone when all the numbers are disconnected?"
Mail. You'll have to send them something by mail, direct mail.
Okay. No, Tanya. Okay, I'm not sure. They said, "How often does he go live?"
Oh, well, we go live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. But on Thursday, we go live at 7 p.m. I'm sorry, is it 7 p.m.? Yes, 8 p.m. Eastern. But during the day, we normally between, I guess, 1 and 2 Eastern is when we go live on all of these platforms. So.
All right, Brittany Thomas said, "Oh, and this was my first attempt at wholesale. I put out bandit signs and postcards. 2 days later, he called me looking to sell, so he's ready, but I'm not sure how I'd be able to work this sale."
What contract are you using again?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like, hopefully the numbers work. I would love to hear the numbers on it. What's the ARV? What's the price?
Okay, let's see. This one's from Leroy Strokesman. He said, "Should I study over the contract? That way, when the seller has questions about it, I can explain it."
Well, yeah, you want to definitely try to understand it if possible. I have so many videos on it over the years that I explain. Most of the parts of the contract I explain is the parts that have to be filled in or whatever. But if you ever see a phrase or something that you don't understand, just Google it. There's going to be tons of information until you can understand it. And then once you understand, you can explain it.
All right, let's see. Samuel said, "How do you use 2 purchase contracts on a property that you don't own?"
Well, the contract with the seller is going to be at one price. You'll be the buyer on it. And the contract with your buyer, you'll be the seller. The buyer will be the buyer. You submit those, the title company or the closing attorney, well, you may have to verbally explain it, but you can definitely explain it using my code and detail sheet. See, the contracts are just to initiate the transaction. The actual transaction still has to actually be closed, and different paperwork is filled out to make it happen with the title company or closing attorney. So it's not like the contracts actually seal to do the deal. They just initiate the deal. So that's why that particular paperwork works that way or whatever. So.
All right. And Brittany Thomas says she's not using your contract.
Maybe the problem. I hope you didn't give him an assignment contract. That's not what you submit to a seller. You give them an actual purchase and sales agreement.
All right. James Coleman said, "I really appreciate you and Jamil breaking down ARV and how to calculate it."
Oh, yeah.
Leroy Strokesman
Shout out
said,
to my boy Jamil.
"What about wholesaling in smaller cities? Something similar to in Auburn, Alabama."
Well,
That
Auburn,
might be okay because it's a college town.
yeah, it's when you're in a college town like that, when the economy is solely based around that, you can do something. Auburn is probably, I don't know, what's the population of Auburn? Look it up real quick. So that's going to be, again, you're not going to be able to eat consistently, normally on something like, and Tuscaloosa is bigger than Auburn. So Tuscaloosa, you can get it in a little bit better there. How big is it?
She said it was.
But you got Opelika, so just how much? So that's greater Auburn, Alabama? Greater Auburn, Alabama population? Yeah, see, when you say greater Auburn, then you incorporating Opelika and all of those little towns in there. But yeah, that's big enough at that point, you know what I'm saying? What's greater Tuscaloosa? Hey, these folks, they don't care nothing about that. But anyway, I want to know. Yeah, so that's big enough, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And see, Tuscaloosa's so close to Birmingham, you know, whatever. So yeah, make it happen in those towns, those markets.
All right. Okay. Jonathan Kamana said, what is the average time for closing?
Generally, you can get stuff closed in 2 to 3 weeks, normally when it's going the way it should.
All right, this is unrelated to real estate, but what are your thoughts on cryptocurrency?
Love it. It's not doing so well right now, but you got to have patience. It's a great time to buy because it is down from their highs, most of them. So yeah, I'm all in. I just started doing it back in March or whatever. Getting crushed right now, but I'm still buying. I wanted to dip some more.
All right, this is on TikTok. Is the package deal still available? I'm not sure.
Go to flipmasterclass.com. Flipmasterclass.com.
All right, what population size do you like to target?
As many people as possible. The minimum, I guess, would be 250. 150 would probably work, but 250 is ideal and higher.
All right, how to secure funding and or fine for double closing. I've been hearing assignments might be out legally.
Until then, that's transitional funding companies out there. There's just a Google search away.
All right. This is going to be the last
Transactional funding. Is it transition or transaction?
I'm sure it's transaction.
I think it's transactional funding. I said transitional from transactional funding.
All right, this is gonna be the last few, y'all. This one's from Alan Curry. He says, what happens when there are 2 owners, but one passed away? Does the owner have to file the title in probate?
Generally, no, but they normally have a right of survivorship, so that 50% ownership goes over to the other person to give them 100%. Normally, that's how it happens.
Okay, Brittany Thomas said it was a.
Yeah, that's normal. Yeah.
Okay.
Each state is different, but normally that's how it happens.
Okay, Brittany Thomas said it was a purchase and sale agreement, and she said he was wanting specifics as to what the assignment fee is going to be and who gets that fee.
Well, I don't know. Did it say you were going to have an actual assignment fee, or did it say, a lot of the contracts say and or assigns, which gives you, which you don't even have to have that verbiage in there. It automatically is assignable as long as it says not assignable. Right? Contracts are automatically assignable unless it says it's not assignable. So did it actually say you were going to have an assignment fee in the contract? You know, that's not enough information. What verbiage is said in the contract about assignments?
Okay.
You might not be able to get back to it, but if you text me, I'll tell you what I think.
All right, and last, Samuel said, why wouldn't the title company send the buyer's cash to the seller directly and leave you out of the transaction?
So that's not how the deal is set up, because you have a contract with the seller.
Yeah.
That's the purpose of your contract with the seller. The title company see you have a contract with the seller. So they're going to go through that chain of man to disperse money.
That's it. All
right, guys. So today's the May 24th edition of this. So everything you need at the 205-964-5243, whether you need the contract, the script, you want to partner with me, the CRM, want a tool to help you with vacant houses and find an owner, you need a cash buyers list, all text me at the number. If you're on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram. Everything you need to know is right there on my YouTube channel. I know you won't believe it, but it's really all there. Just take advantage of it. If you don't have the patience to educate yourself, you might as well go ahead and do something else. right? Especially when the information is free or whatever. So you have literally no excuses. You have nothing to lose when the knowledge and training is free. Make sure if you have any questions, you can always post them in the comment section of any video. These all go into replay mode basically right after. So we'll see you guys on the flip side.
Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me, and I'll text you back.
Text me and I'll text you back.
You text me, then I'll text you back.
Text me then I'll text you back.
TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
205-964-5243. Now you
Yep,
know.
yep.
205-964-5243.